Is what's going on in California a fulfillment of Revelation chapter 8 about the earth being burned up and all of that? When we read the book of Revelation, we need to remember it was written in the first century to 7 churches in Asia Minor that all had unique problems going on, facing persecution in the first century. And they understood a lot more about what those symbols and signs in the book of Revelation mean than we do. Although I don't know that they understood all of it. There's no one today that understands everything in the book of Revelation. It is a book, as I said, of signs and symbols. What do these symbols represent? Well, if you go to the book of Revelation and read it through to know Jesus, you'll come away knowing exactly what the book is about. You will not understand all of the symbols, but you will know that the book is about the victory of Jesus over all of his enemies. So be on the side of Jesus, and you won't have any problems at all with the book of Revelation. If you go in there trying to find modern day events in a book that was written 2,000 years ago to people in the first century about situations they were facing, we are a secondary audience. The principles apply to us, but it was not written directly to us. It was written to them. And if you try to find all of these modern day events in that book, you're going to have all sorts of problems. And people have been doing it for years. As we've said, whenever calamity happens, they'll say this is the fulfillment of something, and it's usually something in the book of Revelation. All you got to do is read Revelation chapter 8 to know that what is going on in California. Please pray about it. Please know it is a very serious situation. It's a very sad situation, but you cannot read that into Revelation chapter 8. That's not what Revelation chapter 8 is talking about. It will in no way fit that. And what would that have meant in the first century to these people to know that 2,000 years later, a part of the United States was going to be burned up? We need to remember God is not going to be ignored forever. We need to realize that God is sovereign. And God is to be respected, and God hears our prayers, and God can be the hope of mankind if we will let him. And all Christians need to be praying about situations like this. But that does not mean that Revelation is talking about that in any way, shape, or form. A third of the trees of the earth being burned, that's not happening. That didn't even happen in the first century. That was symbolic even then. So don't get too carried away with things like that. In my opinion, now you disagree with me if you want to. You're not going to make an enemy out of me by disagreeing with me. But I'm just answering the question as I see it. And we keep our eyes focused on Jesus. We'll always be ready to meet him. That's the important thing.